welcome to a very wet and dreary new week. Sorry there wasn't a video last week. Unfortunately, everything just got away with me a bit. Very, very busy, lots of work to do. I also managed to see my nephew, and he was 18 the week before, so it was really nice to see him. Hadn't seen him since my father's funeral, actually. So that was good. But yeah, just super busy, just didn't have a chance to pick up a camera. I did at one point try and film, but I tried to film a separate video for the Hobbycraft Halloween video, if you remember. The house that I was going to decorate. If I show you the pack, it was that. Well, I ended up really mucking that up, and I tried to be clever. I tried to do two separate camera angles, one of the close-up and one talking to the camera as well. And the close-up footage I somehow managed to mess up, and so it didn't really work because you couldn't really see what I was doing. So I'm just going to show you that in this video. I'll show you where I am with it at the moment. I actually broke this bottom part of the tree off, if you can see that there. But my husband had some super glue, and I managed to glue that back on and paint it black, and I think that works pretty good actually now. I will say that the kit was very low quality. There was lots of splinters coming off it. I wouldn't really suggest it for kids, which is, you know, kind of what it's for really. I think they end up hurting themselves. Well, just little splinters, but you know, still not wanted, you know. The base of it I just painted in a kind of black and white swirly kind of pattern, and I've painted everything else in black and grey basically. I still have, well, I'll show you the two main parts. I tried to do it with kind of like a grey wash with a bit of black just sort of like scruffled on it, and is that a word? It is now. Just to kind of give it a bit of texture. I did it more so on these little pieces, as you can see. I won't pick them all up because there's quite a few, and then there's the frames that go on the front of the houses. And then I've got my pumpkins that I have to paint, which will add a bit of colour, because obviously the house is just very grey and black. I wanted to add a bit of colour to it. So obviously you've got the orange pumpkins that are going to be going on, and then you've got the windows that will be going on, and I think I'm going to be doing those perhaps green and purple, not like one green, one purple kind of thing. Or I might just do the windows one colour and then the door another colour. So perhaps green for the windows, purple for the door, or whatever. I'm going to see how it goes, but that's that to do, and then I've got to put it together. But by the time I finish this video, that hopefully will be done, because Halloween is fast approaching. Again, I'm still trying to get used to whether I look at the screen or look at that, so if I look like I'm sort of looking above, then I apologise. Right, I'm just sort of popping on right now, although it has been 3 minutes already, because I wanted to show you. I don't think I showed you this in the last video. I'm pretty sure this only turned up last week. But I'm a huge, huge Tim Curry fan, and I have his signed book that arrived, and I'm over the moon because, I mean, they've got to treasure this always. I love him so much. There you are. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it already, but yay, I love it. And I want to start doing, I try to read 4 books a month. Last month, I managed to read 8. But there's just no way I'm going to hit that this month. I'll be lucky if I hit 4. So I'm going to try and read a book a week. And this week I am reading, although I have received my Tim Curry book, I've got a few that I need to get out of the way first. But this week I am reading Stewart Lee, March of the Lemmings. I'm reading that on the Kindle. I love Stewart Lee. I've seen him live many, many times. I am not the most intelligent person in the world, and some of the stuff goes over my head, but I think he's wonderful. And there's that. So I'm probably going to, actually, before I go, I will say, back in March, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned it on this channel before, but back in March, I started a course on bookkeeping. It was an ICB level 2, I believe, bookkeeping. And that was with the NEC, which is the National Extension College. And they've been really, really great. And I was doing really, really well with it, thoroughly enjoying it. And then my dad got ill and then died, and I haven't picked it up since. And I've only got it for a year. And there are exams which you do with the ICB, but I can do that afterwards, I think. So I can always rejoin the ICB after my course and do the exams. so that's not worrying me in the time that's allowed particularly. But I just need to make sure that I get the course itself completed and have all the paperwork and stuff, so that that'll enable me to do that. So I'm going to be doing that today. I've got a bit of admin work to do first, so I'm going to get that out of the way, and then lunch, I think, and then I'm going to get cracking with my bookkeeping course. I'm actually going to start it again. There's been so much that's happened, obviously, with my father's death since I've done any work to it whatsoever. So it's all just fallen out my brain now, so I need to get back into it. So that's today's job. And what better way to sort of sit in the house and get something like that done when it is so rainy and gloomy outside. It is rather sunny, unusually, for this week anyway, Tuesday afternoon. And I've just finished my admin work for the day, and I thought I'd come up and paint the last few pieces that I have for the Halloween haunted house thing that I'm doing. And I also received 4 books today, so I thought I'd open them with you. So I'll get cracking on that. So first one, this is quite a thin one, so I'm not sure what I don't think they're all for me, these books. I think at least one is a Christmas present for my mum. So this one is, this is Richard Ayoade, that's mine. Yeah, can you see? There we go. And that's his signature. So that's cool. Love Rich Ayoade. Right, and the next one. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing really, really well. Weather is actually a little bit warm today, shockingly. So this jumper was a bit of a bad choice. Oh, there we go. This is a Bill Bryson book, signed, and this is for my mum for Christmas. My mum doesn't, well, she knows that I've got a YouTube channel, but she doesn't know what it is, so I can show this. She won't see it. But there we are. That's for my mum for Christmas. She loves Bill Bryson. I think she's got all of his books, except for this one, hopefully. There we are, there's his signature. So that's for my amazing mum. This is on to the next one. Ooh. And this one's for me. One of my favourite people, Kathy Burke. There we are. I'm very much looking forward to reading that. I've got so many fantastic books to read at the moment. This is another one that's going to be bumped up the list quite quickly. And there's her signature there. And obviously I've got my, if you can see it, Tim Curry book there. I'm actually going to put that with that so that I can gaze my eye across them gaze my eye across them when I come into my studio and be like, right, got to get on with that. I'm still reading the Stuart Lee book, which is incredibly funny. I read quite a bit of it last night. And I hope I'm not showing my address. I've not had a chance to rip the labels, but if I have shown my address at any point, I'll cover it up. This is a Malala book, and that's for me. And that's Finding My Way. There we are. And that is signed too. And there's her signature there. There you go. So those. So yeah, 3 for me, 1 for my mum. I've got another book coming as well at some point, which is probably going to be the next day or so. Should be a Susie Wolf book, and I had bought that for myself, but my niece is really into Formula One, so actually I'm just going to slide that there. So I may well give that to her for Christmas. We'll have to see. I'll sound her out. She's not a massive book reader like me and my mum are, so she might not really be interested, even though she is a fan of Susie Wolf and Formula One. But yeah, I'll sound her out and see whether I'll keep it myself or give it to her. But anyway, moving on to the little house. What I've got to paint now is just the little pumpkins, 3 windowsills, or windows, rather than windowsills, that's the bottom bit, isn't it? And a door. So I'm going to get on with that now. I've got it all set up. I've just got my little bit of kitchen roll here with the little bits that I need to paint, making sure they're the right way up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use green for the windowsills. and purple for the door, and I'm probably going to accent them both with each other's colour. And with the orange for the pumpkins, I'm then going to accent with green as well, just to kind of bring a bit of texture out. So I shall show you that when it's done. And there we have it. The pumpkins and the window frames and the door are all painted. I tried to scratch a little kind of orange onto the lanterns just to kind of make that look like a bit of a glowing light, but you can't really pick it up on camera. I doubt you'd be able to see it on the finished piece either. But I'm just going to wait for these to dry now and then put it all together and see how it looks. Well, it's been hard work, but I have finally finished it. Oh, it's a bit wobbly. I might have to glue the house onto the base because it's really, really difficult trying to get them to fit into the slots. I've had to trim a few with scissors, but there we are. I think it's turned out quite well, really. I'll spin it around and show you the back. Ooh, a bit wobbly. And if you can see in, there should be a witch through the window there at her cauldron. I'll film this properly and insert it afterwards. Well, properly as I can do. Hardly a master of filmmaking, am I? But yeah, I'm quite proud of how that came out. There's a few little things I do differently, like you can see the original, oops, there we are, wood colour there. It was so brittle and so difficult to do. I think if a child tried to do this, they'd get really, really frustrated with it. But I'm quite happy how it's turned out. Yeah, there we go. Lots of breakages along the way, lots of super glue to get them stuck back together. But yeah, not bad really. What do you think? It's been a while since I've spoken to you from my car, hasn't it? I forced myself out today. It's Saturday morning and I had to come on and finish the video so I can get it uploaded for tomorrow. I haven't been able to get on the last couple of days. I've just been too busy, unfortunately. But I had to force myself out into the car because it's been nearly 2 months since I've driven, and I've noticed again that I'm not wanting to drive. And I mean, I've been driving around for a good 5-10 minutes now and I'm getting a bit more comfortable, but if I don't do it for a while, it really starts to get to me, and I find it really difficult to be able to get back behind the wheel of the car. Oh, is someone letting their dogs out to walk them around here? Oh, I don't know, maybe they're just getting their boots on. I can't really see very well. I haven't got my glasses on. Do you know, I've just had to move my car because the sun was shining in and it's starting to creep back up. Oh wow. Yeah, so I wanted to show you, I had a couple of books delivered. I'm not going to open them, I've already done that. But I got the Harlan Coben with Reese Witherspoon, and that's a signed one. If I just find the signatures. This is awkward with cars going past. Why is she holding her phone, her books up like that? Anyway, there we are. There's the signatures there. And the other book that I mentioned, I think, earlier in the video, I said that I'm not sure whether I'm going to give this to my niece or keep it myself. I spoke to her and she didn't really know who Susie Wolff was. She knows a bit about Formula One and she likes Formula One, but so it doesn't sound to me that she really wants the book, so I'm probably going to keep this myself. But there's the signed Susie Wolff driven book. I'm quite excited to read this one. There we are. So yeah, that's the last 2 books that I received this week. Yeah, I've noticed that my confidence and anxiety has really been bubbling up this week. I don't know why. I was in quite a good place the previous week, although I didn't film anything. But yeah, I've really noticed that I'm really going to have to work on it, which is why I forced myself out in the car today. I've got all these dreams and hopes that I want to do, and I want to build business and I want to build a really good career for myself. But confidence and self-confidence specifically is really stopping me. And it's really getting to me because I honestly do have faith in myself that I can do these things, but I've just not got the confidence. So I'm going to really have to work on that, because I really want to be able to build a good career, something that I can be proud of. And where I've not worked for many years, not properly, not full-time anyway, I think that's really not my confidence. And while I do have a part-time admin job, it doesn't feel like a real career thing for me. And that's not to put down anyone that does admin, because it's a really important job. But otherwise things wouldn't get organised. They wouldn't, you know, things wouldn't get done, would they? So yeah, I'm just gonna have to pause because someone is going past. Because those people walking past, I just heard their whole conversation. It's like, oh my God, can they hear me while I'm sat here? It's a bit concerning. Please excuse the light again. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and finish up the video really. And I was talking about my self-confidence and confidence before those people walk past. Oh, we've got someone else coming up. So yeah, I really do need to work on that. I know that I can do these things, but like I say, it's just a confidence thing. I don't know why this has happened over the last few years. Like I say, maybe it's not kind of working full time. Maybe it's feeling like I don't have a sense of identity in a way. I don't know. Maybe I don't really know who I am anymore. God, this is getting deep, isn't it? Yeah, but I do know that I want to be able to obviously support and help out my family. That's like the most important thing. And I do need to build a good career for myself to be able to do that. I'm gonna sneeze, excuse me. Yeah, so I'm sitting here rabbiting, but I did want to make a point of mentioning this on this video, that it's so, I mean, after my father's passing, I know I keep talking about it this year, I'm 48 now. I can't mess around any longer. I need to think of my pension. I need to think of, yeah, building some kind of income for my later years when I won't be able to work or anything, you know. So I'm very sniffly today because like I've mentioned before, me and my husband, we don't have kids, so we need to kind of build up a bit of a security blanket financially, and it's quite scary at the moment. Oh, there's a pigeon come to say hello. It's a bit scary at the moment when we really think about our finances, and we've got a house that we can't bloody afford that needs so much work doing to it, and it's too small. But the reason we bought it was because it was in an area that we never thought we could afford to get into, to be honest. And the only reason we could was because it needed so much work, and we're just making do with that at the moment. But yeah, it's just the world the way it is at the moment, and everything is so expensive. It's so difficult to be able to put money aside to be able to get work done on the house, and also to help my mum. And yeah, I mean, I just got to get on with it. And I think this coming week I've really got to somehow find the confidence to really get going with things. I have to. I've got no choice. There's someone else coming now, so I'm going to end this video here. I'll wait till they've gone past. So yeah, I've just been battling with my confidence and anxiety, And agoraphobia is creeping in again recently. But yeah, I just really need to make a bit more of an effort going forward. It's so easy to sort of just distract yourself with just the general day-to-day goings on of life, really, and I need to make a real conscious decision that everything that I'm doing is moving forward. And yeah, I'm gonna really try and push that this week and try and get my health in order as well, because again, I've still been eating rubbish and I need to sort that out. But yeah, I'm going to leave this here, and I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic week going ahead. I think it's half term in this in our country, so anyone that's got the kids off, good luck. And yeah, I will, I suppose, see you next week, hopefully, if I have the confidence. Let's hope so, eh? Hopefully next week's video will be a lot more proactive and have a lot more exciting stuff in it. Probably not exciting. It's my life at the end of the day. Not exactly very exciting, but hopefully it will be moving forward a bit more. That's what I want to do. That's why I want to say it on this video now, to make sure I stick to it. So yeah, I'll see you next week.